Alright, there we go. So it looks like we actually have a live signal now. My apologies if anyone caught that from earlier. Sorry! Okay, so, first daily. Let's get this show on the road pretty quickly here because I've got further stuff coming up, but just first 30 seconds here. We've looked at, and by looked at, we've thought about what happened with the league matches last night. They all happened at the same time, and the unfortunate aspect about this is even if we receive the demos, even if they're given to us over Dropbox or something like that, we cannot watch them simply because they're set up as private lobbies. All lobbies suffer from the same thing, and this is the system that Valve has put in place right now, and I must really agree that I think it's a silly, silly system. It annoys me that this is how they've done this, that we cannot watch, we can't cast, we can't commentate these matches that occurred yesterday simply because they're private. I get it, that they're private, that scrims should not be public to the world, and I agree with you completely, but in this instance, it skews small tournaments. It makes it so that we can't, as commentators, go and commentate the matches we said we were going to commentate. So, I apologize if you were looking forward to your match getting commentated yesterday, which I said I was going to do. I said all of your matches were getting commentated, and unfortunately we now realize that we can't do that simply because of how lobbies are set up. And as a small tournament, we can't be considered a tournament lobby, which means it's a broken system as far as I'm concerned, but there's not much we can do about it. So that's my 30-second spiel about why I'm sorry about this, and I hope it doesn't happen in the future. But let's hop into the daily for now, I suppose. I picked this off of Dota 2 Cast. It is a pub match. It's a very high skill bracket match as well, though, so we can expect lots of shenanigans out of this. So, without further ado, let's get the show on the road, because, I mean, I hate not having shows. We hopped in it after the draft, actually, because it is an all-pick match, and we're going to give them a few moments to finish setting up. There's going to be I believe there's a pause in like 15 seconds, but that's something that just happens because of Doom. Either way, so far the pickups from the Dire team here, Lina, Ancient Apparition, and Slark. For the Radiant, we do have Earthshaker, Timbersaw, and Nyx Assassin, our players, as you can see over here. For the Radiant, we have Tank Senior, Lith QQ, Reshi, Icewutra, and Zinpa here as our players. Over on the Dire side of things, Shizarium, Gizmo, Furnas, Drift of the Ancients, and Xeon. And as I said, this is a very high skill bracket match, so we can expect not only shenanigans, but some crazy things. And you might realize this if you've played anything very high skill bracket. Look at the team composition, or more, look at the heroes the Dire have right now. Just this selection of heroes, a Slark, plus Vino, plus Ancient Apparition, plus Lina? There is a lot of initiation in that. And then you look at the other team, it has the same exact thing. They have a Timbersaw, they have a Nyx, they have lockdown out the wazoo, just as the Dire do. There's so much lockdown on both of these teams. And then the Slark pounce, it's going to depend on the early game. Slark, he's a good semi-carry in the sense that he's slippery as fuck, but he'll fall off late game. So if he has a great early game, if he gets those kills, then Slark is going to be a god. But that's all going to depend on how Slark plays this, and, well, I think it's time to just look at it. I mean, we do have Slark in offlane now being assisted by Venomancer, which is kind of an interesting lane, considering Slark is an extremely good escaper, but Vino not so much. So if Vino watches his positioning, and if Vino's careful with what he does, he'll be golden, because he'll be out of the way of Slark, and he'll be out of the way of the enemies, who are also looking to kill Slark here. Slark already picked up his first level of pounce, nothing surprising there. Over in mid, it's going to be Nyx Assassin facing off against a Quap, Queen of Pain. So that's also going to be an interesting one, in the sense that Nyx has Carapace, and holy shit, first blood happening right off the bat. That was fast. Immediately, Timbersaw going to go down in the top lane. He's actually in the safe lane, which is kind of a weird thing to think about, that you have Timbersaw in your safe lane. Or no, excuse me, I got that completely backwards. Timbersaw in the off lane, and they have Ancient Apparition and Lina, both of which are technically supports, but it depends how they play the AA, and it looks like they're going to be trying to go a semi-carry or just a full-on carry AA right now, especially since they don't really have a hard carry per se. They have Quap, who's a good semi-carry, AA, who can be a semi-carry or a carry, and Slark, who's so slippery that he doubles as a carry, essentially. And, yeah, that was just an early first blood. Both of these players being so aggressive. Timbersaw hopping in here right off the bat. AA trying to get his ass out of the way. And yes, there is a slight amount of stream lag. That's just related to something else. That. Oh, a pounce comes out. It goes on Earthshaker. Nice Fissure catches Venomancer and Slark. Slark still going for the kill here. Looks like he's going to get it. He now needs to get away from that. Reality Rift happens. No escape for Slark here. Now Venomancer just trying to run away as well. He got himself a little bit too deep in here. Scorched Earth chasing after him with Doom. Slark going to TP back in here. He actually bought back. That is a very early buyback in the game. I suppose his plan here was to see that if Vino was going to be in that much trouble that he could TP in and hopefully save Vino. And in this instance, though, Vino's just able to retreat, no problem whatsoever. A little bit of skirmish in mid lane happened. Both Quap and Nick's going to take a little bit of damage here. Back bot lane, though. Another pounce from Slark, looking for the kill on Doom. Instead, he's going to transition over to Chaos Knight here. Vino with the assist, looking to put as much poison damage on them as possible. And they're going to take control of this lane back once again. So Vino's going to start moving forward here. Actually, a little bit out of position. Vino should not be this far forward. He's playing very aggressively as a hero who doesn't have a very good capability to fall back behind his Slark right now. So he needs to play it carefully. Meanwhile, though, top lane... Timbersaw getting pushed out of lane here once again. AA and Lina proving to be a great combination to play against him with. Tower's going to take a little bit of damage. Lane gets completely wiped, so... Or, excuse me, the wave actually gets pulled back behind the tower by Timbersaw here, so a nice play. Over in mid lane, though, Quap going to be moving forward here. So much damage. Like, this Quap is badly damaged, but she's not even afraid of that. She's going to push forward onto the enemy side of the river, and Nyx has no way to really punish Quap at the moment. He has the Impale, but he has no mana to actually impale Quap right now. Besides that, back in bot lane, Radiant a little bit afraid right now. They don't see the Slark and they don't see the Vino, so they're looking to play this carefully. And again, they do have great lane equilibrium right now, so they are safe to sit back and watch the show as, hey, I see no reason why they shouldn't. They found him once again, though, so they have eyes on the Slark, and that's what they need to keep their eyes on right now. If they don't see where that Slark is, if they don't know where that Slark is, that's going to be a scary thing. Fissure comes out from Earthshaker here. Pounce comes out from Slark as well. He lands on the Chaos Knight. He's looking for a kill on that Chaos Knight. Chaos Knight does go down here. Earthshaker just trying to get back at this point. And that's a big kill, actually, for the early game. That is the main carry of the Radiant team. Going to go down here, dropping like a rock to a Slark and a Vino. I mean, the Slark, his Pounce, his Leash, combine that with Vino's Poison, and you get a very deadly combination, actually. But it depends how it happens. If the Pounce misses, if something goes wrong, Slark's not going to be the one in trouble. Vino's going to be the one in trouble. And... I mean, Slark has such great escape capabilities. He's actually going to get fissured here, but no threat whatsoever. He knows it. CK actually running back right now. That's a little bit uncommon. Usually the carry always teleports back into lane. He did lack gold there, so no surprise that he didn't actually have the capability to TP back in lane. Meanwhile, Light Strike comes down on Timbersaw. AA, Ice Feet, or not Ice Feet, but Frozen Feet, or whatever it is. It's Cold Feet, not that. Going to try and move himself out of the way. He runs into trees here. Light Strike Ray once again, taking even more damage. He's going to do Whirling Death to cut down those trees and get out of the way. Timber Chain's into that tree, actually. Might not have been the best idea, but he's still able to fall back in this situation, trying to hide in the trees, and that doesn't go so well for him, but still. Back in bot lane, though, Slark going for the kill here. Looks like they went in on Earthshaker here. Chaos Knight going to try and make that not happen here. Slark, Dark Pact coming out, goes for the damage, able to get some more damage now. That's Earthshaker down. He's going to try and man mode CK here. Another pounce, he's going for it. So much damage. Reality Rift comes out, and still CK going to drop down here once again. So that's another death that need not have happened for the Radiant. And again, that's CK. That's their main carry, dying for a second time to a Slark here. They got a Vino, but they lost an Earthshaker and they lost CK, their main carry. That's not a worthwhile engagement, even if it's in the name of lane control. Middle lane, nothing too surprising as to what's going on there. They're just exchanging blows. Really what we're looking for right now is who's getting the more last hits, and right now that is Quap. Also getting the more denies is Quap, which would explain why Nyx is actually down those 7, 8 now last hits. Or 7, no, it's still 7, excuse me. Either way, top tower going to take a lot of damage here. Fortification comes out at the last moment. Bot lane, though, they're going to get forced back once again. Top tower, I don't think there's any chance of that getting saved. Yep. Oh, Timbersaw coming in, actually. The creep wave push forward, and Timbersaw, that last hit deny, that was actually really nicely played. I haven't really said anything about it right now, and actually I want to pay more attention to this right now. They do have a Vino right behind them. Slark could look for the pounce. The real question, is he going to do so? Doom going to activate haste here, getting away from this Quap in mid lane, and this is going to force Vino to back off. He needs to play it carefully. They have great ward coverage. I mean, look at these wards. The camp is blocked, and they have vision of the rune itself. So that's a very nice ward setup right here for the Dire team. They have great vision of both the jungle, and because of the creep wave, they have great vision of the lane itself, which is what they're looking for here. Ooh, missed that one. But anyway, Timbersaw going to try and survive here. Doom, Light Strike Ray comes out on him, but Scorched Earth still going here. Lina's going to go down here. AA looking for the revenge. Nyx Assassin coming in, but can AA do it? No, he can't. Impale comes in, and that is the end of Ancient Apparition and Lina in that top lane. A Timbersaw for those two, but still, the tower was taken. And that's what kind of counts for that, is top tower is now gone, which is going to force the lane further into the Radiant's favor, but at the same time, it's going to lose the map control. And in this game, early game map control is what's going to count for the Dire, besides having Slark. And Slark is already proving his extreme worth. CK taking so much damage. Oh, he's actually going to get poisoned to death by Vino. That is... And that's why this combination works so well. That's why it's so deadly. This Venomancer Slark combination. Slark comes in, the tether comes out from Pounce, and all of a sudden that CK can't go anywhere, and Veno's just there saying, "Hi, I heard you like poison." And indeed, CK finding out that he does like poison, though he doesn't want to admit it. Actually, 3 people down in this bot lane here, trying to apply a lot of aggression. Timbersaw can rotate down immediately. Veno poison comes out. Timber Chain out of the way, the Light Strike away. But now we see that Slark coming in. There's no Timber Chain as we had the Pounce comes out, and that's just a dead Timbersaw pretty much instantaneously. That is some safe lane control right here for the Dire team, as they're going to continue starting to push. They have 4 players down here now. AA, Vino, Lina, and Slark. They're going to push this bot tower, and I don't see a way that this is going to survive. Top tower taking a little bit of damage itself, but nothing that it can't handle. And compared to the lane control that the Dire are getting in this bot lane right now, I mean, it's safe to say that there's nothing the Dire really need to worry about here right now. Though it looks like Doom wants to make something out of this. CK not far behind. Scorched Earth comes out. Slark's starting to feel that. Courier flies in. CK going to have to ignore the courier as it flies right by him. Lina looks for that ult. Doom comes out on Slark. He gets Reality Rift as well. Slark goes down. Doom taking a lot of damage. He gets killed by the AA ult here. CK goes down. Earthshaker now in a bad position. He's got that AA on him, and it looks like he's going to go down like a rock. Venomancer doing his job to God and country, and indeed that bot lane not going to go the way. In the meantime, though, mid lane, that Quap did get taken down by a combo. It was Nyx Assassin and Timbersaw looking for a little bit of revenge for their bot lane. But again, that's, I mean, it's a Slark and a Quap for basically your bot tower and your main carry combined with Doom and Earthshaker. There's no way in hell that you can consider that a worthwhile engagement for the Radiant here. Ah, yes. Sentry wards. It's always nice to see people who actually carry sentry wards. And you might not have noticed, but the map actually has 0 wards on it right now. There's just no wards. Either way, mid, Pounce comes out from Slark here. Dark Pact as well. An attempted Timber Chain finds nothing. Slark still trying to pursue. Fissure comes out. He gets caught now. He needs to get out of here. Shadow Dance gets popped. He's going to try and pursue. No detection whatsoever for the Radiant here as we had nice Carapace comes out from Nyx Assassin. Going to block that poison from Venomancer. Scorched Earth from Doom, going to try and get some lane control back, and that's not an issue whatsoever for them right now. Meanwhile, I mean, look at this. AA and Lina are in the enemy jungle because they're trying to set up for ganks like crazy. And right now, this is what the Dire team is relying on. They don't have a hard carry, but they have a Slark, and they have a Quap. They have so much ganking potential that that's what they're looking for right now. They're looking to get an immense number of ganks, and so far they have done just that. They're getting a little bit of mid control, Slark getting some more kills. And now AA and Lina rotating towards this bot lane where there is a lone CK. Here comes that Cold Feet. Laguna Blade and a Light Strike finds a nice kill on the CK here. And in the meantime, mid lane getting a little bit of aggression. Pounce comes out from Slark. Nyx Assassin trying to stay alive. Dark Pact and a Dark Pact his way out of that, but Nyx is still here trying to stay alive. So much damage coming out from Slark, but will it be enough? He's getting pinned down by that Earthshaker. AA ult comes flying in, whirling death to slightly miss. Now Slark able to get out of there. No pursue, because, I mean, they would go under tower. Tower diving towards a Slark. He has Pounce. He's so slippery. What can you do to him? And then he has Dark Pact on top of that. Pursuing a Slark under tower is not a very intelligent thing to do, and they realize that. That is an Venomancer with an invisibility rune. Moving in here.
Radiant's bottom tower.
Looks like Lina and A are going to get slightly spotted out. Veno coming in here very aggressively. He spots out the Timbersaw. I don't know if he saw the Doom, so this could go either way depending on how he plays it. Instead, he's just going to fall back as his invisibility rune falls out, and the Dire are going to take a more defensive side on their own side. And look, there are 20 kills in 11 minutes. There are almost twice as many kills as there are minutes in the match right now, and that's just I mean, even in very high skill brackets, this is an amazingly aggressive match with kills happening everywhere. And I'm just interested in where the next one's going to happen. Slark is in the enemy jungle here, checking the camps. Meanwhile, Veno running right into an enemy ward here, and they don't even try and react to him. Instead, it looks like Nyx is going to get caught out mid. Carapace comes out, Laguna Blade, so much damage. Timber Chain, Timbersaw teleports in. Will it be enough, though? He's able to get a nice hit on the Slark and pop there. Lina still pursuing, though. Dragon Slave comes out. Venomancer looking to do what he can. Doesn't even need to. AA with that AA ult. I mean, the lingering damage, the DPS after that ult hits is enough that it was the kill. Doom now is in here. He's going to take out Venomancer pretty badly here, but he's in. Oh, Slark with the pounce immediately. I mean, that's just Doom dropping like a rock right now. We're going to see these two trying their best to stay in this engagement. Slark coming in here once again. Tower's going to start taking a little bit of damage shortly. The only reinforcing player right now is an Earthshaker. So he's got Fissure, he's got Echo Slam, but he's going to have to do it right if he wants to defend this tower. And actually, Slark, Quap just going to back off right now. They're not really looking for tower. And a nice blink from Quap, able to blink away from that tower shot. A single ranged creep. That is the wave right now. Meanwhile, bot lane, I mean, the Radiant are doing what they need to do. They're weathering the storm. I mean, it's 8-16. They have the other team has double the kills they do, so they're automatically behind on gold next year. There's no doubt in that. But the thing about it is they've got CK farming, and as long as CK is farming, he's getting the gold and the XP that he needs. He's a harder carry than anything the Dire have on their team. So if CK can survive, get the farm he needs till mid-game, then he might actually become a force to be reckoned with. Quap gets caught out here, and he's going to she's immediately going to get taken down by Timbersaw here. Now Veno out of position by such a small amount, but doesn't even matter. Life Strike Ray gonna miss slightly. Laguna Blade comes out. Chaos Knight is taken down by Lina. Veno goes down, and even though they got a Veno out of that, that's not a worthwhile engagement, but if they can get a Quap now, Slark comes in here, he gets the pounce. Shadow Dance as well. Earthshaker taking so much damage. Doom comes in behind them. No Doom available at the moment. Scorched Earth still going down here. No mana for Doom, actually. Still 20 seconds. Another pounce from Slark. Now we see that Doom's gonna go down. Quap blinks in, getting the final kill on Doom here, and the tower is still taking the aggression that it needs to take. Here comes the creep wave, and this is a dead tower. I see no way this tower can survive this. Glyph of Fortification. What's the point? Do you have any teammates here to actually save the tower? No, so why would you Glyph? Glyph is one of those things where you should try and save it until you actually have a reason to use it, such as you can defend the tower, or there's a chance that you can defend it. I suppose they were hoping that respawns would happen a little bit earlier and the tower would last a little bit longer, but unfortunately here, that's simply not going to happen, and a Vendetta Nyx going to come on in here. The question now is he actually going to be able to do anything? Actually going all the way into the enemy jungle. This is a very ballsy Nyx right now. In the meantime, though, a little bit of Roche happening here. Slark comes in. Because of his ult, he's got a huge amount of regen as long as he's not spotted out by Roche or the enemy team. So he's going to start taking a lot of damage here. Lina and Quap trying to tank the damage for him. Nyx now starting to wonder, hey, wait, where are the enemies? He doesn't find anyone in the jungle, so they're going to start considering, I mean, they have very defensive wards, so they can't actually see the Roche pits. Slark's taking a lot of damage, actually. Shadow Dance comes out from Slark, so that regen kicks in. 51 regen, or 51 HP a second. That's crazy. AAL comes flying out here trying to destabilize, because they're all gravitating this way now. Will it be fast enough, though? Roche is taking a lot of damage. Slark barely alive. He's so close to dying. Anything will kill him right now. He's just waiting for that regen to happen. He pulls out of the Roche pit here, and now Roche is going to go down to this. And who is it going to be to pick it up? It is... Hopefully it's the Slark. Yes, indeed, it is going to be the Slark picking up the Aegis here, so that is an immortal Slark for the time being. The Radiant see it coming. Unfortunately, Nyx doesn't actually pull back here. Hand of Midas comes out. Nice Carapace, going to deny that dagger from Quap. So that was very nicely played. Now Nyx able to fall back. Incoming, though, that is going to be an angry, angry Slark looking to kill Nyx. No, he starts transitioning down bot, and Doom is kind of out of position. He's going to see it coming. He knows they have a ward as Slark slowed down, and here he comes, looking for the pounds, and instead he transitions to creeps for a moment. His armor is broken temporarily, so the Medallion of Courage. And immediately we see the TP out from Doom, a smart move indeed. Reinforcements coming in for the Radiants. And this is a 5-man team of Radiant about to find an AA. And Impale comes out. Nice Vendetta in from Nyx, and that's an immediately dead AA. Slark, he pounces out immediately, and that's what he needed to do. Timber Chain comes, but what can you do at this point? Timbersaw doesn't actually have any lockdown, so even if he were to catch the Slark right now, he wouldn't be able to do anything about him. That's the unfortunate aspect behind Timbersaw here. He doesn't have the lockdown needed to kill a Slark, and that's kind of the point about Slark, is you need lockdown to kill him. If Earthshaker lands his Fissure and then immediately gets a nice Echo Slam on him, if Nyx gets an Impale, then that's going to knock Slark out of the fight temporarily. That's what they need to do. Is they need to stop Slark from using Dark Pact. They need to stop him from stealing the agility. They need to stop him from pouncing, and they need to stop him from using Shadow Dance. Slark has so many escape abilities that unless you can lock him down, if you can stop him from moving completely, then you can't stop him at all. Either way, I mean, the Radiant are kind of on the back foot right now. They still have some wards in the field, but they're starting to lose their ward coverage, and that's going to start being a problem for them shortly. They've already lost the ward that was up on the southern run, so as soon as they lose this jungle ward, which is about to expire in 10 seconds, then they're going to lose complete vision. They're going to have no wards. That's going to be a complete loss of map control for the time being, especially when they have no first-tier towers anymore. Nyx comes on out looking for a kill. Instead, he finds a Slark, an angry Slark. Pounce comes out, Shadow Dance as well. He's been spotted up by that Sentry Ward. Doom comes out as well onto that Slark. Slark now running away as fast as he can. Will be a fast enough Timber Chain going to come in here. Slark looking for any deny he can. Aegis is instead going to pop here. Quap trying her best to stay alive. She's going to blink out. Aegis going to pop on the Slark now. He's looking for that Pounce. He finds a Timber Saw, and that's one dead Timber Saw. He tries Timber Chaining out, but it's a little too late for that. The Poison from Venomancer going to get the final kill on him, and that's a Timber Saw and a Nyx for nothing. That was an attempted push for map control, and if they had gotten the Slark, if they had gotten the Venomancer, if they gotten anything out of that, it would have worked well for them because it would have stopped the momentum. But as it stands, they lost 2 heroes for, well, nothing. So that's not really worth it. And a little bit of odd lag apparently happening here. So game pause is going to happen temporarily as we wait for that to sort itself out. Pause after pause is apparently the game right now, which is kind of a weird thing to think about when you think about it. What is this, Pause Wars? Jesus. Either way, it is 11-23 right now. At this point, the Dire do have double the kills of the Radiant, and the Radiant just got a poor engagement, so I'd be almost surprised if the Dire didn't go for a push on this tower. Sentry Ward is still there, but they don't even need to worry about it, and now this is them pushing
Radiant's
right in on this tower. Mana Boots just coming out for Earthshaker here. Fissure going to come out, hits the Slark head on. This is what they need to do. They hit that Fissure, they hit the Impale. Are we going to see out? There's the Echo Slam even. So that's very, or excuse me, the Enchant Totem, not the Echo Slam. Either way, yes, that is the Enchant Totem, so a nice stun chain right onto that Slark, going to take him out of the fight very quickly, and that's going to save the tower outright. That was nicely played. That completely killed the momentum for the Dire here, and that's what they needed to get out of that engagement. They got a Slark, they killed the momentum, they stopped them from pushing the tower. Absolutely fantastic from the Radiants. Doom going to go back to jungling here, and this is just going to be them attempting to get whatever map control they can at the moment. Earthshaker barely has any money for wards whatsoever. He only has a Sentry Ward, no observers as of yet. They do have a stock of 2 regular wards, actually, so they could actually have vision right now. Instead, they're going to opt to just try and farm the jungle as fast as they can to keep as much gold on their Earthshaker as they can. Another pause coming out. This is turning into the game of pause. Pause after pause. I guess while we wait for the pause to end, shameless plug, I will be casting all of the Duck Soup Gaming Dota 2 tournament, which will be coming up in the next few weeks, including the regular season itself. Currently, we are in pre-season. You can find all of the matches on twitch.tv/PankzTV, which hopefully you're watching right now, or my YouTube, which is user/Panksers. You can see it all in my little waiting screen. Lena, gonna finally reconnect her. Alright. Hopefully no more pauses for that. Basher coming out on Slark, and that, oh my, that is a scary thing in its own regard. Think about it. If Slark catches anyone out, if no one is there to stop Slark, it's just going to be a large amount of bash, and whatever Slark touches, it's going to die if it's alone. It doesn't matter if it's 1v1. If Slark gets it, it's probably going to die, unless it's an extremely good Fissure from Earthshaker, followed up by the Enchanted Totem, in order to get himself some time. Slark actually gets caught out here once again. He goes down. Tornado comes out. Nice Light Strike comes out. A Carapace actually going to save the Earthshaker temporarily. Laguna Blade comes out. Lina goes down. Reality Rift, as well as Chaos Knight's ult, trying to take out that Venomancer. Any hit will do, but just they can't get close enough. Now they will start pushing forward here. Another Impale comes out. Nyx Assassin going to clear the way here. Quap going to teleport back in. Blinks immediately in. There's the Scream of Pain. AA ult goes flying by. Will anyone fall back into it? No, they will not, but instead it's going to hit 3 of them as they, or 2 of them actually, as they are standing right in the path of it. And that's kind of the, I would say the gimmick, but that's also the side effect of the AA ult. Anything that passes through gets hit by it. And indeed, they're going to suffer poison, at least temporarily. Nice little mid-engagement. I think that did go the way of the Radiant, actually. They got a Slark. They got a... Oh, yeah, they just got a Slark, basically. That's the important part out of this right now. So if they can deny Slark his farm for as long as possible, and they'll be doing themselves a service, and they're still farming that CK. He's going bot lane right now. He just got his armlet, so he's a little bit behind in the sense, 20 minutes and 40 seconds for an armlet. But still, he is catching up in farm. He's getting near the level he needs to start being scary. Invisidoom, that in itself is scary. Unable to find anyone. Fissure comes out, actually going to hit Slark just barely. Slark's going to be able to fall back just easily here. Nyx, oh, that's a DD Vendetta Nyx, and it's going to depend how they play. If they do this wrong, it could go very badly, but if they do it right, that's a lot of damage. A DD Nyx. Either way, they are all right behind that tower. Nyx comes in, he goes right under the tower, pops that Carapace, Dark Pact happens, he's taking so much damage, he gets taken out by the AA ult. Slark goes down, and though CK comes in, Earthshaker goes down, Doom as well, and that's 3 players down so far. They're still pursuing. Dagger comes out from Quap. Venomancer looking for the kill there. Timbersaw unable to run away, going to get hit by his own Sawblade at this point. Venomancer still doing his best, trying to take out that CK. So much damage, barely staying alive. Light Strike Ray comes on at the last moment. That's a full team wipe for a Slark. A full team wipe for a Slark? What? No! You don't do full team wipes for Slarks. That doesn't work. That's not worth it. Especially now that there is an AA, a Quap, pushing their mid lane, and that's going to be very interesting to see what's going to happen here. The Radiant are just going to have a few players coming up here in the next few moments. CK's still down for the next 15, so he's going to lose out on farm for the time being. And I mean, looking at the golden XP graph, it's slowly slipping the way of the Dire. And this is where you're going to have to start asking yourself, as the Radiant, are we simply playing too aggressive, or are we just not playing as a team? Oh, Nyx goes too far forward. He gets caught out. Such a nice Carapace, though, and a nice Impale. That was beautiful from Nyx. Able to save himself for the time being. Lina goes down here. Doom comes out on AA. Slark comes in, though. Nyx going to get taken out by said Slark. Shadow Dance gets popped. Enchanted attempting to happen. Slark trying to get out of the way now. CK pursuing. Are we going to see the reality of Chaos Bolt happens? Nice pounce from Slark. Able to avoid that at the last moment. And now he's safely back on his side of the river. AA going to get killed by a neutral. And this is the type of gameplay that I love to see from high skill bracket, is AA knew he was doomed and there were no teammates nearby. He ran into a creep camp and commit suicide to the creeps instead of giving a kill to the enemy team, which is just a brilliant way to go about things. Reality Rift comes out. This is Chaos Knight trying to save himself, and instead Dark Pact from Slark is going to take him down. Wow, that is exactly not what you want to have happen if you are the Radiant right now. Your carry going down again. He's died so much. That's simply not worth it anymore to have your carry die like that. Especially at this point where he has died how many times? He's died 8 times. He has a negative, or he has a 0.5 KD. That's just... As a carry, that should be almost considered depressing, and that should show the state of the game almost clearly, I would say. Little engagement happening here. Venomancer trying to stay alive against the Timbersaw. Timberchain misses the tree it needed to find. She's going a little bit to the right of it there. Either way, Slark comes in, finds the Timbersaw, and that's a very brutal way to die as a Timbersaw. Now back down here, Lina, Dragon Slip comes out, gets hit by the fissure from Earthshaker. Now they are going to start pursuing that Quap. Nyx comes in, nice blink from the Quap, going to meet up with the Lina down here. Doom coming in with that Shadow Blade. Already Scorched Earth is on. Actually, it's off now. He's getting hit by a little bit of poison. He sees the Quap pursuing. Shadow Blade runs out, and now Quap knows to blink out. Almost an engagement there, almost a couple of deaths happening. Instead, nothing's going to happen down in that bot lane, or more quickly in that mid lane. Instead, though, CK about to get caught out by a Slark. Pounce comes out, it's trying to take a lot of damage. Dark Pact already happening. No Shadow Dance as yet. CK gets disconnected from the Slark Pounce. He has no mana, actually. Slark has no ability to pounce on him. Ael's going to hit him, and the damage that happens from that, able to kill him. Doom comes out on Slark, though. Slark already retreating back the other way. Venomancer following Slark, trying to stay alive. Are we going to see this? Doom, is this Scorched Earth happening? Scorched Earth, no Scorched Earth. There's the Scorched Earth. Deny from Vano. Oh, that deny. If you were Doom right there, you... Oh, poor Doom. That denial. That was the denial that no Doom wants to have happen. Otherwise, he's going to fall back as quickly as he can. I mean, no kill out of that, but no deny, or no death either, so nothing wrong with that whatsoever. But in the meantime, Quap went down, Lina went down
Dire's middle
in
tower
another
is
lane.
under
But
attack.
again, CK went down. Is it really worth it when your main carry is dying time and time again? And you're going to need that main carry. And the Radiant realizes they need that main carry. If they can't get CK to be scary, if he doesn't get to the level he needs to be, then this late game is going to be a very interesting one indeed for the Radiant. But then again, if he does get any farm, if he gets any farm, then this CK is going to come online, and all of a sudden, the scales could tip the other way. Because as I said really early on, the Dire have no hard carry. They have nothing that can match CK late game, so it'll all depend on how they play against this CK, which they've done a great job so far. They've ganked him left and right whenever they can. In comes the Quap a little bit angry at Earthshaker for stealing the haste rune. Slark pouncing onto the tower. Dark Pack gonna happen, clearing some of the creeps. AA coming in. Gonna take out the entire creep wave for that matter. Fissure comes out. Quap gets caught straight in it. Impale comes out from Nyx. Is it going to be enough damage? Is it going to be enough? No, it's not. Quap is able to blink to the other side. No pounce from Slark gonna happen here. CK. Oh, CK overextending a little bit. He gets caught in the tornado from Yules. Luna Blade Scream comes out from Quap, and that's an instantaneous death right there. That is not what you want to have happen. Pounce from Slark goes down right behind the Nyx here. Dark Pack Dust as well. Carapace at the last moment. Slark going to ignore it completely. Sawblade comes out from Timbersaw. Slark, Nyx trying to run away. He turns around, gets caught by the Pounce, and that's going to be one very dead Nyx. Now Lina leading the charge here. Yule's Scepter about to be off cooldown for her Timber Chain out of the way from Timbersaw, but she goes so fast. Dragon Slave at the last moment trying to catch that Timbersaw. She's going to get chopped down a little bit here. Oh, the Doom. The Doom is out of position. Actually, the Doom is looking for this. Doom comes out on Lina. Oh, that's an... Oh, these denies poor Doom. Doom just can't get anything in to kill anyone, apparently. That's the second time his Doom has been denied by the Dire. These denies are just beautiful, I gotta admit. Oh, that sightline just barely. Venomancer looking to slow the Timbersaw down. Here comes the Quap, gets the dagger off. Fissure comes out, saving that Timbersaw temporarily. There's the slow from Venomancer. AA ult comes flying in. There goes the Timbersaw. Earthshaker looking to do whatever he can. No Fissure as yet. Doom TP's in, now chasing after him. No Doom, but still a lot of damage dealt to the Veno there, so they're going to be forced back temporarily. Slark, on the other hand, still full health and looking to push this lane like he can. Are we going to see the Pounce? Quap gonna blink in, here goes down almost immediately. Here comes the Pounce, there is the Pounce. Stun comes out, Dark Pack's his way out of that. Damage happens on Earthshaker, he goes down, and Slark goes down right after that to an Nyx Assassin though. And that was still a very nice chain of stuns. Nice lockdown against Slark, and that's what they need to have happen. And this is the point in the game where Slark is going to start being a little less scary by the moment, simply because he's so slippery early game, but as the stuns get longer, as the lockdown increases, Slark becomes a little less slippery throughout the course of the game, especially now that they have a Yules. Whoa. Invisible Lina and AA gonna find a Nyx here. Yule's Scepter comes out. Cold Feet indeed. Laguna Blade. Are we gonna see any pickup? No. AA trying to do as much damage as possible. Another Cold Feet. Nyx still getting out of here instead. They think he jukes backwards, and he doesn't actually, so no kill from that. Light Strike Ray going to miss horribly. Dragon Slave in the other direction, still trying to catch that Nyx, and instead Nyx is just able to safely TP out. Dragon Slave again. This is one paranoid Lina, nuking everything they can to try and find that Nyx. In the meantime, though, Doom comes out on Venom. He's going to go down. Pounce from Slark, though, trying to do as much damage as Doom as can, and it's simply going to be enough damage. Oh, the Pounce wears off. Dust comes out. The Pounce misses slightly. Has such a short cooldown, though. Dark Pact as well. He's taking so much damage. Invisibility rune from Slark. That's going to be scary. Can he catch a haste? Or no, because he can. His ult. Such a scary ult. Pounce happens here, and Doom is going to die rather miserably to a Slark. Now coming in, though, that's a CK. Are we going to see reality of Chaos Bolt already happened? Scream comes out from Quap. CK going to pop his ult here. Tries to stay alive, but he goes down rather brutally.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Phantasm just unable to
Radiant
save
structures
CK in
are
this instance, and he's
fortified.
going to drop pretty much like a rock.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
Well, the Impale may have missed, but so what? You have a Dagon, and you have a lot of damage to deal. Nick's going to get the mana burn off onto the AA here, but he has been slowed by the cold feet, so he's going to be able to outrun the poor old Nyx here. Poor Nyx. What do you deserve this one? Still trying to pursue. Oh, the Carapace! Brilliant Carapace. He pops Carapace on the cold feet, and that's actually going to stun AA temporarily. That was just brilliant, actually. But now an angry Slark comes in. He's got a haste drone, and that's something you generally can't run from. Nyx still trying to run away from this. Vino gets stunned by the Carapace, but Nyx has been caught out. He's going to get taken down. And I think that Slark has a gem, and indeed Slark does have a gem here. That's going to be scary. Doom now getting caught out. His Shadow Blade now no longer counting for anything. Dark Pact occurs, so Doom going to get taken out by the Vino, actually. Slark pounces and misses his pounce on Earthshaker and Timbersaw here, but either way, that forces them back behind the tower, giving map control back to the Dire here. They're quite content just to hold all the map control. Roshan is up and just waiting to be killed. Now we start transitioning more towards the end of the game, hopefully, as the Radiant have lost so many of their towers. Like, at this point, it's going to take a miracle for the Radiant to actually come back from this. It's 26-42. Usually at this point, that's the point where you start saying, can we really do anything about this? It's almost 2-1. Not quite, but almost. AAL going to come in here. There's a lot of damage to the wave. Simply not enough. In the meantime, though, Earthshaker hiding in the trees as Alina walk right by him. A nice fissure catches the Alina and the Quap here. Dagger comes out onto, well, the Timbersaw in this case. Laguna Blade with the final hits. Earthshaker going to TP out of there at the last moment. Slark searches the trees and finds nothing. Nyx, though. Nyx, what are you doing, Nyx? There's a gem. Don't go in there. Slark pounce misses. Carapace comes out, stunning both Lina and Quap here. Nicely played. Slark, Dagon comes out. Nicely played by Nyx. Queen of Pain just unable to get out of that situation. Earthshaker trying to stay alive. He goes down. Now the CK trying to get out of there. So much damage, so he gets slowed by cold feet. Venomancer now running away from the Doom. Scorched Earth, so much damage. No Doom as of yet, though. 100 seconds till that's actually up again. AAL is flying out. Hits the Doom again. Or actually, no, it slightly misses the Doom. How did that actually happen? But Veno still goes down here. Scorched Earth just barely nicking him. He goes down. Doom as well. Buyback's happening. Slark in a buyback here. At this point, I'd have to question what exactly is the purpose. Do you really think you can still push this? Especially when you don't actually have boots of travel at the moment, so getting back into that fight may be an interesting one for Slark. AK playing this so aggressively, still in front of their base. Timbersaw doing a lot of damage. Timber chaining his way out of the cold feet. AA, you are so low on health. Thankfully, Slark is here to reinforce. Are we going to see the pounce? No pounces yet. AA going to fall back. I mean, how much health are you willing to spend, AA? Anything will kill you at this point. Staying in the fight might not be the best idea. Instead, though, it's only a Timbersaw, so nothing to exactly worry about, as if he goes in there to a Slark, that would be a very brutal death for Timbersaw, unless he's able to Timber Chain his way out the last moment. Sentry Wards, everywhere. This is just the moment in the game where it's 30-47. The kills, this is just crazy. It's 34 minutes in, and we have almost 90 kills. That's absurd. Actually, more like almost 80, excuse me. Not almost 90, but either way. Almost 80 kills in an under 40-minute game. That's twice as many kills as there are minutes. And Slark going into Roshan here once again, just showing that Slark is incredibly strong right now. When in doubt, I can solo Roshan. I just need Alina to tank things for me. Light Strike Ray coming out, stunning Roshan once again. Radiant, I think they realize what's going on here. They're slowly gravitating that way. There is a sentry/regular ward watching them. Slark sees it. Are we going to see them falling back? Now Nyx is heading towards the pit faster. Dark Pact comes out. Lina sees it. Nyx gets caught out by the gem. He gets cycloned by Yule's Scepter. Doom coming in here. Light Strike Ray misses slightly. Nyx, Laguna Blade happens so much damage. Lina goes down. Doom on Slark here dealing so much damage. Venomancer trying to kill that Nyx assassin. Will he die to the poison? Yes, he will. Now Veno trying to get out here. AAL flying in, able to hit the Earthshaker there. Quap still coming in. Blink into the dagger. Now we see Earthshaker trying to run away. Veno dealing so much damage with that poison. Unable to pop that Blink dagger, so he's going to go down. Now we see Quap is still chasing the Timbersaw. He Timber chains onto the high ground. Veno pops one of his Plague Wards immediately. Timbersaw trying to run out of there. Blink in from Quap, and he's going to go down rather rudely. Doom in the meantime, coming back in here. CK able to catch out that Veno. Quap taking so much damage. Doom still pursuing, and Quap is able to get away at this point. But I mean, look at this. Roshan is almost dead. He's only got 2,000 HP. Nyx going in here. Sees no one's there. Wards are still up, actually, for the Dire, so they can see what the Radiant are doing. What can they really do at this point? Everyone is dead. AA ult is what they're going to do. Here it comes. Hits directly in the center of the Roche pit here. Roche still goes down. Aegis gets picked up by CK, but a double kill by a scream from Quap. Aegis gets immediately popped here, and CK may be about to brutally die. Cold Feet immediately coming out from AA. Phantasm comes out, needs to get back from that. Reality Rift right onto him. Quap blinks in. Dagger comes out. CK taking so much damage. Separates, goes after the Quap. No chance whatsoever. Phantasm getting defeated. AA goes down. But my god, that was a crazy Roche. I mean, the Radiant still get the Roche kill. They still get the Aegis, but the Dire actually win the fight itself. Not usually what happens when things like that happen.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified.
Either way, it's now 34 to 53. The kills are still just counting up. Last time I talked about this was 2 minutes ago, and the kills have already increased by such a factor.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Either way, Lina is farming the enemy jungle. Not the best thing to do when there's a Timbersaw there. And an Earthshaker, a Blink Earthshaker no less. That's going to be a very brutal way for Lina to die. I believe that was for that single ward, and for a single ward, that's not really worth it. Especially, I think they can actually see that. Can they? It might barely be out of their sight range. They might not be able to see that. No, Timbersaw can definitely see that. Just barely. AAL comes flying in, going to deal some damage to that creep wave. And right now everyone's quite content just to go back and farm on their own side of the map. CK, he's still getting a little bit scary here. He only has his armlet and his Helm of the Dominator still. But you know what? It's CK. He's level 17 at this point. He's got only 7 less last hits than Ancient Apparition. So he's still in there, farm-wise. Still a 20,000 and a 12,000 gold. Yeah, 20,000 XP, 12,000 gold advantage for the Dire at this point. Things potentially not looking so good for the Radiant anymore. And by potentially not looking so good, it's going to take very good team composition. It's going to take initiation. If they can get a good initiation off, they can take Slark out of this. If they can take Quap out of this, anything like that, they will have an advantage in the upcoming fight. And that's what's going to depend on when this actually comes to that. And right now, the Dire, they're going to be looking to push this mid lane right out of the way. Quap comes in with the Scream immediately. Sentry Ward already covering the forward area. Tower already half health, so this is going to be an easy push if it's handled correctly. But again, it's going to depend on the initiation. Slark, he's trying to plateau. And Slark even realizes this at this point. If his initiation doesn't go well, he's going to die miserably. Scream comes out from Quap immediately. CK in the fight. Ancient Apparition gets Laguna Blade, or takes a big hit actually. Venomancer trying to get out there. There's the actual Laguna Blade. He got dagged by Nyx, excuse me. Now Doom trying to retreat from this fight. Can't even retreat fast. The Flight Strike Ray comes out. No chance whatsoever. AAL flying in right into the spawn actually. No, it goes onto the Ancient instead. And it hits CK! That is the worst luck for CK I've ever seen. Tower goes down. That AA ult, that's 4 down for a single person. Actually, there may have been a buyback from that. I think AA may have died earlier in that fight. Maybe. Either way, Tower now starting to take a lot of damage. 3rd tier about to go down. This is going to be an easy rags. Timbersaw's the only person up. There's no walk down for another 20 seconds. And I see no way that the Dire or the Radiant are going to be able to save their mid barracks right
Radiant's
now.
middle barracks are under attack. Radiant's
So once
middle
again, the
barracks
Dire
has
proving that they know how they're trying to go when this
Radiant's
engagement
middle
occurs.
has
They
fallen.
came in here with an agenda. The scream happened immediately. AA ult followed up everything. It happened so precisely, and they only lost one, potentially
Radiant's top
two
tower
heroes
is
if
under
AA
attack.
actually died. So yep, mid-rack's completely gone. Mid lane's gonna be those lovely mega creeps that everyone knows and hates if you're the other team.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
Chakram coming out from Timbersaw trying to deal just as little damage as it can to the creep wave. Earthshaker and Nyx back online now, though they're just rotating right towards that top lane. They want this top tower.
Radiant's top tower
And there
is
are
under
players
attack.
here to actually stop them. Doom not up yet, but CK in the meantime is up. So the main carry, and this could go potentially wrong for the Dire if they don't play this right. Chaos Bolt comes out immediately, a nice pounce from Slark gonna get himself out of the way. Quap blinks in, gets reality rifted by CK. AAL comes in, barely alive. Scream of Pain happens. Another reality rift from CK this time. Quap going to go down. Now a Doom Slark trying to get himself out of here. CK taking so much damage. Doom getting get cycloned by that Yule Scepter. Slark barely surviving. How is he alive? Doom unable to kill Lina. Goes down as well. AA back focusing on that Rax. Buyback happening. It's going to be Doom and Timbersaw buying back here. Going after that AA immediately. Timbersaw taking so much damage. Timber chases his way right through there. Chakram comes out. Rampage for AA. That AA has transitioned into a carry AA. He is officially scary. Doom's rotating back towards the barracks here, trying to kill the creeps as fast as he can. That is, I mean, that was a terrible engagement for the Radiant. They're still going to come out on top of it,
Radiant's
but it was
middle
still
tower is
terrible.
under
There were
attack.
2 buybacks. They're down 4 currently. The Dire aren't even bothering to buy back. They know there isn't a reason why they would.
Radiant's top barracks are under attack.
That was just crazy. And the Radiant have to realize at this point that they can't let this happen again. They're going to need to have great initiation. They need to have great team fight. And they need to capitalize on it if it happens. If they kill even 2 members of the enemy team and it's a 5v3 fight, they need to capitalize on that. They need to push towers like crazy. They need to take this. CK, he's trying to get to that scary mode now. He's starting to build into a BKB at this point. Doom gets caught out by Vino. So, Chant Totem comes out, and I think this is going to be a dead Vino shortly. No Fisher has Is that a Dagon Vino? Is that a Dagon Vino? Thank God, no, it's not. That was just a Dagon Nyx, actually. Looked like it was going the other way, but it wasn't. So at this point, it's gonna come down to how well the Radiant handled this. The Dire, they're still in control, but the Radiant have a good chance of taking control of this due to the fact that they have that CK. They have a harder carry. It's later game. And considering the number of kills right now, oh my. The Dire are also being a little bit cocky about this. I mean, they have Quap all the way up here. The nearest member of their team is back on their side of the river, and Quap is right at their high ground. So if Quap isn't careful about this, she could die. But then again, it's Quap. Quap is kind of like Slark in the sense that she's slippery. She's got Blink. She can get away from just about anything if she wants to, as long as she doesn't get locked down. And if she does get locked down, well, not so good. AA, in the meantime, AA has become the carry that his team needed. Look at his items. He has a Daedalus, Aghanims, and Mjolnir. That is just a scary AA. So he's quite content just to push all he needs. He's actually farming their jungle right now. Now he's trying to rotate back down. Slark, they're all playing aggressive. They're split pushing those lanes. They're doing exactly what the Dire need to do. But it's getting late in the game. Oh, up top. Quap playing very aggressively by Quap. I mean, Lina. Lina gets caught out here, gets dagoned by Nyx. Quap trying to stay alive. She blinks out of the way. AA there to assist. Slark comes in. There's the reality rift from CK. Quap taking so much damage. Phantasm already popped by CK here. Cold Feet coming out from AA. And the Dire are just going to melt back into the jungle here. Buyback actually coming out from Lina at this point. Realistically, that's a win for the Radiant in the sense they were able to force a buyback from Lina. So now, though, it is for Dire in your jungle, just waiting for you to get off the high ground. Lina here included, dusted right in your base. Or, excuse me, smoked right in your base, not dusted, silly thing. Nice carrot, that Nyx carapace, that was amazing. Dragon Slave comes out immediately, Slow comes out, Nyx gonna drop like a rock Scream comes out from Quap. Doom gonna try and stealth his way out of there. I believe there's more than one gym on the Dire though, so at this point,
Radiant
Shadow Blade
structures
might
are
not be your best bet.
fortified.
Indeed, Slark does have his gym, so looks
Radiant's
like
top
the
barracks
ranged
are
Rack's
under
gonna go
attack.
down second here. Nothing too surprising. And yes, as Lena likes pointing out, that is a refresher Doom. A refresher Doom. That's what this has come to. CK Reality Rift once again. Veno trying to stay alive, taking enough damage. Tower might actually end up killing him if he's not careful. No, he'll get out of that. Chakram comes out. Look at that Echo Slam, that Enchant Totem, that Fissure. That was so perfect from Earthshaker. This engagement. Doom goes down. Lena trying to run away. He misses his Enchant Totem, looking for the Fissure. That is Lena for you. Look at that attack rate. Lena's going to start falling back here as fast as she can, but still, that was an engagement that was just crazy. AA buys back. Now the Fissure comes out. Lena gets taken down by Earthshaker. Earthshaker doing his job. AA ult flies by. Oh, could this be a kill? It will be a kill. That AA ult. That's the second time AA has proven that you don't fuck with my ults. And at this point, look at this.
Radiant's
Two
middle
racks
tower
are
is
gone.
under
The only
attack.
remaining one is the bot racks. All of the lanes are in favor of the Dire at this point. Your 4th tier towers are taking damage now. At this point, what are you going to do as the Radiant? It's going to take a miracle for you to win this. It's going to be interesting no matter what happens here. Ancient Apparition still farming his jungle, looking to get whatever farming can. He's actually the only one up on his team right now. Nearest one is Slark, and he's still 20 seconds away. And realistically, the Radiant are doing what they need to do because their CK is just respawning. They're farming the lanes. They're trying to push them out of their base as fast as they can. Timbersaw handling the top lane here. Nyx handling mid. Bot lane's handling itself because it still has the racks. Now CK is back up. Still not... I mean, he's got a BKB and an armlet, but beyond that, like, CK doesn't actually have the items he really needs right now to be the carry that the Radiant need. Meanwhile, AA has gotten so much farm that AA is the actual scary one on the Dire right now. Like, Slark's lockdown is still incredible, but AA's damage output is just amazing. The amount of damage that AA can deal on short notice is... it'll flatten anything on the Radiant it touches, essentially, if they're not careful. TP's coming out here once again. AA is busy soloing Roshan, and this is going to be the 3rd Roshan this game. And realistically, there isn't really a way that Radiant can turn this one right around right now. Lena's in here tanking. AA's doing all the damage, and that's all they need to do. So definitely what the Dire we're looking for here. They're going to have Aegis. They have level advantage.
To the Dire.
They have a crazy golden XP advantage. They have a 30,000 XP advantage, a 25,000 gold advantage. Like, what other kind of advantage are you looking for? You have Aegis, that huge of gold and XP advantage. You have level advantage. If you're not pushing for the win right now, you're doing something wrong as a team. And it looks like that might be exactly what they're looking to do. Quap is actually so low on health right now. And indeed, reinforcements are arriving for the Dire. Looks like they want to take this bot Rax, making it the mega creep game that they want it to be. Creeps did push in. Scream actually came out from Quap. I guess it only has a 40-second respawn, or cooldown, excuse me, so it is very spammable. Nice Carapace. That Carapace from Nyx. Nyx has gotten all of his Carapaces, I mean, just dead on this entire game. Impale comes out. Yule Scepter everywhere. Lena gonna pop that Aegis. Why did Lena have... What? Lena had the Aegis? Okay, well, Lena had the Aegis. Either way... Lena gonna take a lot of damage. Chaos Bolt comes out, so many stuns. Lena dies instantaneously, no team backup whatsoever. That's the Aegis gone. That was a large part of your advantage. Slark pounces in on Doom here. Doom comes out, running towards his allies. There's that Refresher Orb Doom as well. Are we gonna see the denial? There's the denial, so Quap goes down here. AA dies as well. Lots of deaths on either side. Now we're going to see that poor Slark about to die to the Doom here. So Doom finally going to get at least one of his Dooms. It took like 4 of them, but he finally got a kill from one of his Dooms. Either way, that's a full team wipe on the Dire side of things for a single kill on the Radiant. CK is still up. This is that point where I was talking about where the Radiant have to realize they need to make something happen out of this. They need to do something while everyone on the Dire is still down. As for buybacks, only Veno has a buyback, and he has... no, he doesn't actually have the smallest respawn moment. Lena has the smallest respawn. So, if the Radiant don't try and make something out of this, if they don't push, this could go very south for them. And right now, it's already gone so far south that if I were the players right now, if I were one of these players, I would just say, fuck it, we've already lost, let's at least try and make something out of this. Because demoralization is one of the most brutal things in Dota 2. We like to say, at least Kondomo and I like to say it, that if you're new to Dota 2, don't think that just because one of your racks is gone that you can't come back. Just because there's a large disadvantage that you can't come back. You can always come back in Dota 2. And at this point, this is one of those things that the Radiant are going to try and flex their muscles. Fortification comes out this time, just trying to buy time for whatever respawns it can. Lots of players about to be respawning for the Dire here. There's that mid T1 going down. I mean, it's taken the entire match. A 50-minute tower, as Lena points out. Dragon Slave comes down, just trying to buy whatever time they can, and the Radiant, they're not going to give up pushing this lane. Or apparently they are, actually. Nyx continues pushing forward. Lena gets caught by a Yule's, more quickly by her own Yule's for that matter. Just going to Yule's herself to stay away from that. Unless there's another Yule here that I'm not seeing for whatever reason, which indeed there is. May have been a Timbersai Yule, which it likely was. Yeah? No, I don't know.
Invisibility.
I'd imagine that's actually an accurate call, but whatever. Someone will yell at me for it, someone will tell me I'm wrong, and thank you for doing so. In the meantime, the Dire are just trying to make back whatever time they can. I mean, they're trying to push out this bot lane. The lanes have mostly pushed out. Top lane's pushed out at least almost to the river. It's still on the Radiant side of things. Mid lane's pushed back to the Radiant side of things with those mega creeps. And in the meantime, bot lane is getting pushed hard by Vino and Lena, who are once again, they're looking for a push on that bot Rax. Nyx gets caught out here once again. Slark trying to do whatever he can. But that Carapace from Nyx, are we going to see the fissure? No fissure as of yet. AA ult comes flying in. Earths are going to take it head on. Phantasm happens. No Reality Rift? No, Reality Rift already happened actually. He has another one though. Reality Rift's the AA. AA goes down from the Doom and the Reality Rift. Now here comes CK. He wants revenge on this Slark. Slark may be fast, but another Reality Rift will doom that poor Slark. And now, this is once again the case where the Radiant... Oh, here come the Dire though. Lena, Quap, and Venomance all pushing this bot lane. Laguna Blade comes out. Yule Scepter as well, focusing on that Timber Saw. Timber takes a dagger in the face. Chalker comes out, temporarily trying to save himself. He goes down. Tower's trying to take damage. In comes CK. In comes Doom. CK pops that BKB. Down goes Lena. Immediately Quap goes down. Vino trying to run away from an angry CK. Reality Rift once again. And that's going to be a Nyx at the Dagon. Able to get the kill off on Vino. That's another full team wipe for the Dire here. But there are just so many creeps here. They might actually just lose from creeps. They pop the glyph in order to save their 4th tier towers at this point. So very many creeps. Nyx Assassin actually buys back. Trying to help CK and Doom here. Doom, no Scorched Earth up as of yet, just trying to deal as much damage as he can, taking out those ranged creeps. Scorched Earth actually just coming off of cooldown now, but either way, I mean, this is just chaos for the Radiant right now. They're evening up on kills, which is a scary thing to say. I mean, just the number of kills in itself is a scary thing to say. There's a ridiculous number of kills. AA is 19 and 10. Slark is 19 and 13. Doom is 15 and 12. So many. And look at the assists. Lena has 28 assists. Vinomancer has 31 assists. How many assists you need? Well, a lot apparently. This is just absolutely insane what's happening here. The fact that the Radiant are still alive, the fact that their base is alive, they're down 2 racks, their 4th tier tower, one of them is almost dead, the other one's at half health, and they're just barely holding the mid and top lane out, whereas the Dire are just kind of sitting over here laughing right now. They're not even leaving their base for that matter. Slark, in the meantime, getting whatever farm he can, trying to be scary. He has an Abyssal Blade at this point. If that's not scary, well... Manta Style just coming out here for CK, so not only does he have Phantasm, but now he has a Manta Style at the same time. So the number of CKs in the field is going to be immense. Not only that, but the amount of damage output from the number of CKs in the field is going to be immense.
As if I wasn't slippery enough already.
Slark gonna grab a Haste Rune here, comes in to assist AA. Now here comes the fun part. And what I mean by the fun part, of course, there is a hasted Slark down here with an AA. These two alone are capable of massive devastation. It's a carry AA alongside Slark. Slark has such an amazing amount of lockdown that if you don't play it right, it's going to go badly for you. Lina comes in, dies almost immediately. Aeol comes flying in, misses ever so slightly. Slark with that Carapace. Venomancer goes down. There's the Phantasm. There's the Manta Style. That's a huge number of CKs. In comes Earthshaker with that Blink Dagger. He gets the Echo Slam. He gets the Enchantum. He gets the Fissure. The number of lockdowns that just came out from him. Cyclone picks up that Ancient Apparition. He gets bashed to death by CK. That was brutality beyond belief, actually. The number of CKs in the field right now is disturbing. And that's another 4 players down for the Dire in exchange for nothing. At this point, you might as well argue that the Dire are trying to distract the Radiant long enough that the creeps are going to kill their towers. And they actually already did. They killed one 4th tier tower. The other one's already beneath half health. The wave pushes in again. Now the tower's taking even more damage. At this point, I'm about to wonder if the Radiants are simply about to lose because of the number of Mega Creeps pushing in. The Dire still have all of their 2nd tier towers, and not only that, but they're all full health, aren't they? They are all full health. That shows the state of the game, but look at the kills! It's 62 to 73 now. The Radiant are only 11 kills behind at this point, and that's so absurd. It's absurd. In the middle of the match, the Dire had twice as many kills as they did, and now they're only 11 kills behind. The golden XP advantage is swinging around faster than I could say. This is going so south for the Dire now. This is just crazy if this is actually happening. The Radiant, they have not only turned this around, but they're still turning it around. There's still a great chance they're going to lose because that 4th tier tower, but they have Doom up here pushing out their top lane. They've got 4 mid, 1 top. They're keeping that top lane safe. Now the Nyx is going to TP in this bot lane. And the Dire, with this mid lane pushing in, they're going to have to stay on the defensive for the time being. And that's going to give the Radiant even more time to push out the lanes, giving them more time to stabilize their own position in the map right now. Quap going to check if Roshan is up yet. The answer to that is no, although it's only for another 40-50 seconds or so. He will be up shortly. So they are just a little bit early on that. Hopefully one of them wrote down the time. Quap blinking in very aggressively, finds the Chakram, screams into the wave, and she realizes that the Radiant don't really feel like doing anything right now. The Radiants are being more defensive than they are for very good reason. If the Radiant play this wrong, if they get a bad initiation, all the work they've done to turn around this golden XP advantage will just it'll vanish, just like that. That's just the simplest way to put it. And these wards, actually, this is one of the reasons the Radiant have such a good position right now. It's just that these 2 wards, watching this bot lane, that the Dire have been pushing time and time again. Sentry Ward going to get dewarried as Lina puts up one of her own Sentry Wards. Carapace comes out from Nyx Scream, gonna take out the wave very quickly. Only has a 40 second cooldown actually, so might as well spam it since it's so spammable. Scream. Mid lane going to get cleared by the Radiant here. They're hoping that the Dire will push forward sometime soon, and AA maybe lead the charge. Cold Feet already coming out from AA. Or more quickly, Ice Vortex. Excuse me, that's not actually Cold Feet. Force Staff gonna force Doom out. CK comes in for reinforcements. Immediately, Phantasm goes out. There's the Manta Style. Lina dies faster than I don't even know what that can be announced. What kind of announce can that be? Oh my god, it's Slark and Veno just disappear in a field of CK. And this is what I was talking about. CK, he has become the carry that his team needs. AA is trying to carry this. He's able to take down Doom. It's 4 for 4 so far. AA is still alive here. CK taking a lot of damage in the mid lane, trying to keep out these creeps as fast as he can. AA still pushing this bot lane. Buyback from Doom gonna probably come in and help. And indeed, an Invisa Doom coming in, finds an AA. No Doom, doesn't even need it. He just annihilates AA. The final 4th tier tower goes down. The illusions are going to go down. The the Ancient is starting to take damage here. This is just crazy. Doom is still alive. Or, this Ancient is still alive for that matter. Why is this Ancient still alive? Doom's barely holding off the number of Mega Creeps hitting him. CK coming back in to assist. Phantasm on a very long cooldown. Manta Style going to be up shortly. His BKB is only a 6-second BKB at this point. The Dire is still fully dead. They're sitting in their graves laughing at the fact that the Radiant are busy trying to keep the creep waves back. But right now, this accomplishes 2 things. Like, Chaos Knight, he still has a bracer. He still has an armlet. He still has his Helm of the Dominator. He needs gold. And the fact is, even though Mega Creeps are hard to kill, even though it's hard to keep the waves out of your base, the waves are pushing right into your base. You're practically getting free farm just because of the number of creeps that are hitting you. Lina has just respawned. Minnow about to come back up shortly. Same thing for the Radiant, though. Their heroes are about to come back online. Manta Style gets popped. And they're very intense on pushing this mid lane. They're going to leave Timbersaw to handle bot and mid lane by the looks of things, while they let Doom and CK push this mid lane. And this is just absurd. It's 67 to 77. They're only 10 kills behind now. They were 11 a few minutes ago. Now they're only 10. They are slowly evening this up, which is getting to be an absurd thought. There's a less than 10,000 XP gap, less than 15,000 gold advantage, and if they start taking mini towers, if they kill these 3 towers, then that gold advantage is going to disappear. Instead, they are in Roshan. They're going to make back a little bit of that gold they lost. Does Doom see what's going on here? Unfortunately, it looks like Doom does not realize that Roshan is dead right now. He is. Shadowblade gets popped. He comes around the corner. Is he going to walk right on top of the room? He does, but will it be fast enough? No, it won't. He comes in, gets spotted, trying to deal as much damage as he can. He has doomed Lina. Lina taking a lot of damage. Middlemen are coming in here for reinforcements. Dark Pack comes out. No Doom as yet. Refresher still online, but it doesn't even matter. Doom's going to die, and that is a 98-second respawn timer for Doom here. So, a Roshan plus a Doom in exchange for a Lina? Yeah, I'd say that was pretty good for the Dire. So, even though they took Roshan... Okay, there we go. Now it gets updated. XP is going to start turning the other way. Golden heading back towards the Dire here. Big creep wave heading in towards the Ancient here. The Radiants are ready for it. Nick's going to take the bulk of the damage. Minnow going right in here. Fisher going to hit him head on. He gets a lot of damage. Boots a travel in from AA. Finds an angry CK there. No Phantasm as yet. Manta Style gets popped there. Still trying to deal with it. Quap blinks in. Scream of Pain comes out. She's going to blink out once again. Phantasm and Manta Style CK following after AA here. Quap and Slark trying to push into the bot here. Chaka comes out. CK finds that Slark. Shadow Dance gets popped. Sentry Ward's still up here for the Radiant. They can see that Slark. Now they can no longer. Or at least they could anyway. AA ult pops it. Flies in, misses everything completely. Still an angry CK here. His Phantasm about to go away. And so he only has Manta Style creeps now. Instead, the creep wave pushing in. Ancient is starting to take a lot of damage. Fisher is still coming out. And this Ancient is still alive. The absurdity behind that fact. It's 70 to 78. They're only 8 kills behind now. They are evening this up slowly but surely.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
This is so absurd.
Radiant structures are fortified.
You think you caught me?
Slark, even with the Aegis, he goes down to a Nyx and an Earthshaker. Fisher happens. Mana Burn comes out from Nyx. It hits the Slark head on. Shadow dances his way out of that, runs into an AA, and Vendetta Nyx comes in. Do they have it? No, they don't have a gem anymore. Fisher misses, but it hits the AA instead. Dagon comes down. That's one dead AA, and that is a level 5 Dagon. I didn't even notice that. That was a level 5 Dagon. Usually you see level 1, 2, or 3, level 2 or 3 usually for Nyx, not level 5. Like, level 5 is, you want to obliterate anything you touch level. It's double the base damage. Lina just died. It gets split between Doom. Apparently she decided to come in here, and at this point, the Dire are actually doing what they shouldn't be doing. They're no longer split pushing lanes, and instead what they're doing is they're just throwing themselves in one by one, and this is... I'm not sure if they're just not realizing that that's not what they should be doing, but at this point they're doing the opposite of what's going to win them this match. The lanes pushing in and dealing damage to the Ancient is what they need. The Ancient is already down 1,000 HP and regenning slowly, and now mid lane is pushing very aggressively. It may be the end for this poor T2 tower that has survived 63 minutes into the match. It's been an hour and 3 minutes and that tower is still alive. CK now has a Satanic on him, so he used that Helm of the Dominator. Now the tower is dropping so quickly, it's almost absurd. T2 tower vanishes in the blink of an eye. Nyx pushes forward, finds that Plague Ward. Huge creep wave pushing into this mid lane. It's a Slark and a Veno to defend it. Quap nowhere to be seen at the moment. Actually, she is very, very seeable. She's in that bot lane, pushing it in once again, looking for that bot cracks. Mid tower taking damage. Cliff comes out. Vino gets caught out, gets thrown into the air, then gets hit by Fissure, barely alive, still alive actually. Nyx Assassin, or Slarkno goes down, Vino not far behind, Vino buys back, mid-rack's taking a lot of damage, melee went down, range barracks goes down, that's mid lane completely gone, so much for the advantage the Dire had in that mid lane, that's one less lane as they actually had, and Quap didn't even take down that bottom racks. Now Vino comes in once again, he dies, Earthshaker went down as well, CK right in there, pops his BKB, going after that AA, so much damage, AA gets caught, the Fissure gets brutally murdered by CK. Laguna Blade comes out from Lita, but it's not enough to get the kill. That is a full team wipe for the Dire. CK is just dealing damage to those towers. GG is actually getting called. GG is getting called. The Radiant Ma'am just won this. It's still a pub game. It's not actually GG. The tower is going down. First, fourth tier goes down. CK is taking a lot of damage. He's only barely alive. He's already toggled his armlets. Barely staying alive. A little bit of shit talk actually happening. But the real question is there any buyback? There's no buyback for the Dire. So at this point, it is GG. It is a 65-minute game, almost 160 kills. In fact, yeah, 160 kills at this point. Almost 160, like one or two less. But either way, almost 160 kills, 65 minutes, almost 3 times as many kills as there are minutes in the match. Almost mega creeps for the Dire, and the Radiant win it. That was... oh my lord, that was just absolutely absurd that just happened. That was, in itself, an amazing match. So what do you really want me to say? Well, I don't know what you really want me to say. What I'm going to tell you is that was the first daily. We're going to try and keep the dailies flowing after this. If you enjoy them, I'll try and keep them at 6:30 every day. This one went fairly long just because of how long the match was. I'll also discuss any other current events that happen to be going on with my channel or anything else like that. And again, to reiterate, I'm sorry if you are not going to have your match cast and you're part of the Dota 2 League. That is partially our own faults for not realizing that private lobbies cannot be viewed by anyone, and there's no way to make them viewable by anyone else other than the players who are playing them. So we'll work on fixing that in any way we can for the following weeks and the playoffs. For tonight, though, my name has been PankzTV. I thank you for joining me, and I will see you tomorrow.